Climate scientists and policy analysts gathered in Accra to discuss how to improve the measurement and tracking of climate change adaptation globally. The meeting, convened by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, Working Group 2, has the mandate to assess the latest available evidence on climate impacts, adaptation, and vulnerabilities.
The meeting comes at a pivotal stage as authors prepare the first draft of the working group contributions to the 7th assessment report. Participants focused on stimulating discussions and providing evidence on approaches, methodologies, metrics, and indicators for assessing climate change impacts and adaptation, as well as informing decision-making and tracking adaptation progress. The event opened with a media briefing and outreach program jointly hosted by the Environmental Protection Authority, the United Nations University Institute for Natural Resources in Africa, and the IPCC. Ghana's Minister of State in charge of climate change and sustainability, Seidu Issifu, highlighted the urgency of strengthening adaptation efforts, particularly for vulnerable countries, and reaffirmed Ghana's commitment to science-based climate policy and international cooperation to build resilience against climate impacts. He also announced plans to establish a climate change and sustainability hub to strengthen locally led adaptation efforts across the country.
Ghana is committed to climate action and welcomes the global goal on adaptation framework. We are working to develop indicators to guide our adaptation efforts and enhance support for vulnerable communities.
Acting Chief Executive of the EPA and Vice Chair of the IPCC Working Group, Professor Nana Ama Brown-Kluchi, shared some thoughts on the meeting.
Strengthening methodologies, metrics, and indicators is therefore central to fairness, accountability, and effective decision-making. Although the experts will go through the technical process, the significance of the meeting reaffirms the commitment of the government of Ghana on climate adaptation.
IPCC Working Group co-chairs Dr. Bart van der Haag and Dr. Winston Cho described the meeting as timely, noting that deliberations in Accra will directly inform the drafting of the working group's contribution to AR7, especially in assessing impacts, adaptation, and vulnerability, emphasizing the need for inclusive and context-sensitive methodologies. Established in 1988 by the United Nations Environment Programme and the World Meteorological Organization, the IPCC provides governments with periodic scientific assessments on climate change, its risk and adaptation and mitigation options. It has 195 member states.